friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany, and in today's video we are doing part 2 of my Christmas decorating. You guys, I am just loving how it is turning out this year, all the vintage vibes, all the Santa coziness, and today will be no different. I'm so glad you guys are here. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get started by decorating an area I am the most excited for, and that is my little IKEA hutch. I was so excited to decorate this space. I'm starting off with the top. I have this antique crate that I picked up from, you guessed it, Scranton's. And I just added a couple of little miniature Santa mugs, and I also found this adorable Santa at TJ Maxx. No, Home Goods. He's a baking Santa, and I thought he was perfect. My entire goal for this area is to bring in as much Santa mugs and gingerbread items that I can, and just to kind of give it an overall sweets feel, and just to showcase my collection of Santa items. I love Santa, and I just want to put him on display everywhere. I also want to just take a quick second to say a huge thank you to everybody who commented on my first Christmas decorate with me. I really do love how it turned out. I did get some comments that it's different than years before, but I really like it, and I decided to keep it a little bit lighter in there so we could make it really heavy over here. So for this next shelf, I'm bringing in these adorable canisters that I picked up from Antique Farmhouse, and I have 3 of them. So my goal is to layer 1 on each shelf. I also have that antique scale that I love so much, and then I also have these spindles that I picked up from Home Goods and from Browns and Hopkins General Store. And again, like I said, my goal here is just to kind of have an overall collected look. I wanted it to feel very full, and if you watched my 2024 Christmas planning video where I talked about what my decor plans were and my design inspiration, I showed you some pictures, and I really just kept going back to those, looking at them as I was decorating, and I feel like we nailed it. And I think I might do a video at the end of all the decorating where I go back and show you what the inspiration picture was and how it ended up turning out in my home. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. I would love to hear if that's something that you would like to see, because I think that would be fun to show you. Moving on to this next shelf, again, I'm bringing in another one of those beautiful canisters, and I've got that new gingerbread house that I picked up from Pottery Barn this year. That little reindeer mug is from Big Lots, and I haven't looked, but hopefully they have it again this year. I did buy 2 of them last year, and I think they are perfectly vintage. I've also got an antique book back there, and I'm also going to be bringing in lots of sprigs of pine that I picked up from Walmart last year, and I just took them apart. They were on picks. I'm layering in some cookbooks now. I do go back and remove those, but I don't know if I show that on camera. You do end up seeing that they're not there anymore in a little bit, but I did think that I wanted those there, but I did end up bringing them down because I don't know, I felt like they were giving too much of a modern look to our very vintage look that we were going for. I'm also going to start off by using this little book here, this faux book from Michael's that I ended up not liking. I'm actually going to return these. I decided that they're just too bright and too new looking, so I'm going to return them. And I started to attempt to layer my rolling pins the way that I saw them in my inspiration picture, but the shelves were not deep enough, so this was not working. So I had to go to plan B, which you're going to see here in just a second. I have a really pretty galvanized tin pail of some kind that has a leather strap. The owner of Scranton's told me that she believes it's a toolbox, and that makes a lot of sense. This is it right now. I'm layering it with this striped napkin that I picked up on Amazon. I will link anything that I can for you down in the description box. Always check there. I also include links to any of my clothing items that I can. I get a lot of questions about my pants or my shirts or sweaters, and I do try to link anything that I can for you in the description box. And for the sake of your ears, I'm going to stop talking for a few minutes, but if there's anything on the shelves that you are curious about, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments. And as I mentioned, anything that I can link, I will link for you down in the description box.
Christmas Day.
I wanted to mention that when I was editing this video, I decided not to edit out me moving things around and trying different things because I thought that it was important for you to see the thought process and how things kind of came together. And if that's not your jam, I'm totally sorry. If it seems like I'm just being nitpicky, I'm not. I just really wanted a very curated and collected look, and I love how it all came together in the end. I know that someone's going to ask me about this cake stand. I unfortunately picked this up at Scranton's, and so I don't have a link for you, but I do believe it's homemade. I absolutely love it. I think it's so beautiful, and I'm just pairing it again with another one of those napkins, some faux cookies. I am still waiting on those faux cookies from Antique Farmhouse, so once I get those will go here as well, those sweet little gingerbread men, but those will come in time. Here's the look at that garland that I showed you before. I did take all of the beads off. I do still have them though, and I'm thinking about spray painting them red and just kind of having them in a jar on the shelf. I haven't done that yet, but I think I'm going to, so stay tuned. Going to go back in now and kind of move things around. You'll notice things have changed a little bit. When I turned off the camera, it allowed for me to step back and look at things a little bit more, play around, go through my bins some more, find different things, and really was able to pull it together. I also have this gorgeous new hanging scale. It happens to be a clock, and this was a birthday gift to myself. My birthday is this weekend, so I was really excited when I found this. I have been on the hunt for a hanging scale, and this one is perfect. And I'm just filling it with those knitted ornaments. Those are from Walmart, so I will link those for you down below. I think they're so sweet. I have this table runner here. This is from Hobby Lobby. It needs to be ironed. It is so wrinkly, but for the sake of today's video, I just put it on the table along with that Pottery Barn cookie jar. I don't know if this is going to stay that way, but it's going to stay that way for now. There's so much going on that hutch that I don't think I want to clutter my table up. Next up is another area I love to decorate, and that is this little peg rail. This peg rail is from Walmart, you guys, and I spray painted it in the color Heirloom White. It is a beautiful creamy white, and it's the same color that I spray painted my mixer, and I just love how this looks. I got that little apron from Home Goods. This napkin is also from Home Goods. I got a set of them, so you're going to see this pattern quite a few times. There's quite a few pieces of antiques on here. That little metal piece that I just hung is an antique, and this sifter that I have up top that I'm hanging that on, that is also from Scranton's, from my favorite antique shop. This sweet little wooden decor piece is from Hobby Lobby. They still have it. I love it. And I'm also bringing in a couple more antiques and a sweet little have yourself a merry little Christmas sign that I picked up this weekend at the Christmas barn. I love it. And we're topping it off with a little bit of brass bells and a really fun, super fuzzy ornament that I found again at the Christmas barn. I got 2 of them, and I think they're so pretty and just bring in a little cozy touch of red. And as if we weren't having enough fun, it's time to move into the kitchen. Here's all of the items that I had collected out of my bins to decorate with this year. I'm so excited for my ever-growing Santa mug collection. Oh, it just makes me so happy to see it like this. And I also just have some other fun pieces. So we're going to get started here in my little hutch cabinet in the kitchen. One of my absolute favorite places to decorate, if not my favorite, although now that hutch sure is coming in right behind it. So I'm starting off again with another one of those napkins that I'm tucking into this little cheese grater. It's actually not a real cheese grater. That's actually from Hobby Lobby. It's a great little decor piece, and I tucked in a little sprig of greenery and added one of those Santa mugs up here to the top. Those are sitting on top of a magnolia cookbook, and just to give it some height and color. Then I've got that cute little book stack there about hot cocoa, and I think that looks really great. You're going to see me open and close the door a ton, and that just helps me to see what I'm going to see through the glass. And I don't take off the doors. I know I'm going to get asked. I like the doors on, but you know, you could always take the doors off if that's something you're interested in. I picked up that bowl there, that Mary bowl. It's actually, I think, supposed to be a mixing bowl, like a small mixing bowl. I got that at Michael's last year. And that little wooden rolling pin decor piece is from Hobby Lobby. I still see that there. I love that piece. It's one of my favorite pieces of decor. And I'm just stacking more mugs and more little sprigs of greenery. That's what we're going to be doing this whole entire time. And I think it turns out really perfect. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love how this all turned out. I am bringing over that big jar of oatmeal, and I tucked a tiny little espresso Santa mug in there. I did this last year, and it looks super cute as a scoop, and I love how that turned out. And I also have another antique scale that I am layering this sweet little I don't know what you would call that, some kind of baking dish from, I believe that's from Target, from Magnolia, from Hearth and Hand. And then I'm going to tie a sweet little ticking stripe ribbon onto this jar to bring in more color. And I love ticking stripes. You're going to see a lot of that today. It's such a fun and easy way to add a festive touch to any of your existing decor. Another way you can bring in height to a space is by putting a tray on its side in the back here. I did that with a little wooden cutting board on the other side as well. And I've got a little cake stand there. That's from Target a couple years ago. I love that cake stand. I actually bought a couple of them because they're so cute. That little milk pitcher there is from IKEA, again with some more sprigs, and another one of those really pretty napkins. And then we're going to bring in this super cute Santa canister. This is from Target, from the dollar spot a couple of years ago. They always bring out some really cute Santa items. They've got some really cute Santa mugs this year in their dollar section. So if you're just starting your collection, you can check those out. But this looks so sweet. That Santa is adorable. Moving down to the bottom shelf, I'm bringing in this antique pot here. This is actually from the Christmas barn. It was part of his decor, but I asked him if I could buy it, and he allowed me to, which was very kind. And I'm bringing in that sweet little Santa towel. That is from Target. I believe I got that last year. It's actually from Threshold, and I believe it was in their bath aisle. Do not snooze on that section because they have some really cute items over there, and I love this little towel. And just bringing in fun towels like this or napkins can bring in a different type of texture and, pattern, and I think it looks really, really pretty. Again, we're going to bring in some more sprigs of greenery. That just makes it feel very Christmassy. And to this tiny little copper pitcher, I'm adding in a little Santa dip spreader, and it's so cute. I'm going to start on the other side here with this antique sifter that, again, I'm tying a little bit of ticking stripe ribbon to, even though we're not really going to see it by the time I add more things to it, which is fine. I knew it was there, but I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to put in here yet. But I did find these little fabric candy canes at Home Goods. I know they're a little bit different, but I don't know. I thought they were cute, and I thought I could use them as either bowl filler or like I'm doing here by putting them in this little sifter, and again, just adding some greenery. Seems to be the theme for today. And then for the other part, I decided to bring in these striped cups that I have here. These actually came from Home Goods a couple of years ago, and I bought them for hot cocoa, and we just had a ton of them. And so they have this really cute part that goes on it. I can't remember what that's called right now. I'm sure it will come to me as soon as I'm done recording, but it says believe, but I had to put it on upside down because it wouldn't fit any other way. And then that tiny little Santa there is actually a toothpick holder that came in a gift that I got from my friend Stacy. You guys, I don't know that I could love this anymore. Oh my gosh. Feels so country store, like restaurant. I don't know, Santa galore. I just love how this turned out. And really quickly, because I know I'm going to get asked, I like having the doors on. I've been asked multiple times. Every time I decorate this area, somebody asks, have I considered taking the doors off? And I have. I just really like the way it looks closed up. It looks tidy and it just looks like it's part of the cabinetry. And I love that. I do think I want to do some beadboard in the back. So I think that's going to be a project for another day, but I absolutely love how this turned out. This sweet little area right here is always fun to decorate. I have a little collection of breadboards and that antique like bread mold or muffin mold. And that plate holder is from Antique Farmhouse. I love that. I think it is so pretty and very farmhouse. And I'm going to bring in some more of that ribbon now. I'm going to tie it to one of the breadboards, and we're also going to bring in some greenery and a few more of those little miniature bells. And I think this turned out really, really sweet. Now, I did purchase something new from Antique Farmhouse that I intend to put in this corner of my kitchen, but it is not here yet. So when it comes in, we will definitely style it. But until then, I am adding this mixing bowl from Home Goods that I purchased several years ago. It doesn't obviously lock, but I just think it looks so pretty on the mixer. And I'm also going to tuck in another one of those napkins to pull in that really pretty fabric, and I think this looks really, really cute. Moving to the other counter, I am replacing one of my utensil holders with this really sweet utensil holder here from Michael's. I got this a couple of years ago, and I guess you don't have to use it as a utensil holder. You could use it for something else, but that's what I use it for, and I think it looks great. We're also going to tuck in an antique scoop. This one here that I have is obviously way too giant, so we're going to replace it with a smaller one. And we're also going to bring in that little Santa canister that I believe is from Home Goods a few years ago. And we're also going to tuck in another towel to bring in some more of that beautiful red color. Another item that I just snagged, I am so excited about, and that is this Santa canister that I picked up at Michael's. I went there for ribbon, and this was randomly in the wrong aisle. It was the only one I could find, and I thought it was so sweet. So I'm going to use it here for everyday utensils that I use, and I'm gonna have to kind of thin this out since it's clearly much smaller than the one that I regularly use. That one's from Magnolia. So I'm just gonna take some out and rearrange in here a little bit to make it all fit better. But I think he is so cute, and I'm glad I was able to add him to my collection. So I'm about to hang a wreath above my stove, but I wanted to show you this wreath holder or wreath hanger that I picked up on Amazon. It's clear plastic and it's a suction cup. You just turn this and it creates a really strong suction here. And it has two different types of hangers. So you can hang your wreath like this, or it has the small little hanger like this, and you just hook it onto the bottom. We're gonna do ours like this. Like that. And this is going to allow me to hang a wreath above my stove on my hood without causing any kind of damage. I don't want to use a command strip because I don't want to take any of the paint off or damage it. So we're going to use this, and it works perfectly. And the package comes with two. I'll link it for you down below. Here's an up close look at it connected to my hood, and that's how it looks. So pretty. The last area we're going to decorate today is this other little peg rail here at the end of my island. I've got this basket here from Michael's that I'm putting some cedar stems in, and again tying a little bit more ribbon to it. And if you'll notice there on the counter, I had matching pot holders to go with those napkins. Again, those are from Home Goods. They're from the Rachel Ashwell Farmhouse line, and I'm really glad I found those this year. If I could find some matching towels for the kitchen, that would be great as well. I'll have to keep my eye out for those, but I'm just tying a little ribbon to this basket to make it feel a little bit more festive, and then we're going to hang up some other items as well. And that will bring us to the end of this kitchen and dining room decorate with me. I'm purposefully not going to show you how it all turned out together because you're going to have to stay tuned. I'm going to do a full home tour where I give you up close shots of all of the decorated areas to really beautiful music, and I think it's going to be really, really nice. So thank you guys so much for joining me in today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it and are enjoying my Christmas content this year. Make sure you're subscribed. You do not want to miss it. I still have more coming your way, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, my friends.